Democrats descend on Iowa to take on Trump. Cedar Rapids U. There were so many Democratic presidential candidates in Iowa on Sunday that they were quite literally running into each other on the street, in elevators, and in hallways and hotel lobbies. In total, they came to the event with one mission: to make their case to voters why they are best equipped to take on Donald Trump. The president will all. The pep rally-type gathering came as of likely Iowa caucus goers found former vice president leading the pack, but with evidence that Massachusetts senior and South Bend Biden was notably absent from the festivities attending his granddaughter's graduation, though he plans to campaign in the state Tuesday and Wednesday. But he was on the mic. Buttigieg said Democrats won't win by playing. Warren noted her steady efforts in the state, drawing subtle contrasts with Biden. I.M. Vermont Sr. took aim at Biden. Sanders, who is slated to give a speech in defense of democratic socialism on Wednesday, also invited some criticism from fellow candidates trying to break through. Others focused their efforts squarely on Mr. Trump. California I.M. New Jersey Sr. said he was running. Booker has one of the most extensive ground operations in the state and a loud cheering section in Cedar Rapids, but registered at 1% in the latest Iowa poll. New York Sr., who is also struck. Voters and activists here say that, while the field is starting to form into tiers, it is still a fluid race. What? Ross Wilbur, former mayor of Iowa City, said he was deciding between Harris and Booker.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.